Well, I finally finished it. The Thoughts of 2018 film video is finally done. I talked about this video multiple times in other videos. If you haven't seen those, this is just me rambling about movies from 2018 that I've seen. That I've seen in 2018, with several I've seen in 2019. I do apologize for the fact this video took way too long to get done. It should have been done by the end of January, but it took a whole another month. I did watch a few other movies to kind of make up, I guess. Oh boy, it's gonna be a long video. I'm not looking for it. This is gonna take forever to get an editing. I think, but I do feel glad that I finished it. I think I did better than I thought in 2017's video. Don't look for that. I unlisted it like a few days after uploading it. It was really, really bad. This one I think is slightly better. Oh, will I do it again for Thoughts 2018 movies? Probably. If I do, I'm gonna start it way sooner. Like, I might actually start it right after I get into editing. So I'm not in a huge rush in early 2020. I can just release it. I do think it was worth making this video. It's a cool project. It was a very tense project, but it was a cool project. I think I also started earlier means I don't have to rush clips. Like some clips you can tell I'm just like, I want to get this video done. So yeah, here you go. Who knows, maybe you'll find something new to watch, or not, or you just think my video's trash. Oh, also should mention, we're starting from the worst movie for 2018 onto the best movie. Romina, good fucking lord, this is probably the worst horror movies ever made. First off, the movie looks so bad. It looks like something you see on America's Funniest Home Videos in terms of camera quality. It's really weird because it opens up with like an interview scene, and the camera quality is significantly better than the actual movie. I don't know why. That was jarring. Was it like, I honestly have a theory that it was a school project where that scene was supposed to be the beginning of a movie, then you create the rest of it? That would explain it. But I don't know. So what the plot of the movie involves is two kids rape the Romina girl you see in the title and poster, but she kills all the other people for some reason. And there's a twist at the end of one of the guys working with her saying they all deserve, but it was only two people. There was like a bunch of others, and even the park ranger was killed for some reason. I don't know why, what they did. They never explain it. They just do, I guess, because otherwise this would be a short movie and not. This would be like, I don't know, 30 minutes instead of 74. Oh, also this after the interview, they begin with 10 minutes of the kids in the freaking car just yammering about nothing important. Or was it 9 minutes? One of the two. It doesn't matter. Literally nothing to say was important. It was a drag. And it went on for too long. Oh my god. Also, a lot of the kills were not actually shown. You see them disappear, then later shot, oh, they're dead. Like, come on, man. Like, that's not really satisfying at all. It's just lame. Well, actually, one was shown. They chopped the rock of the kid and blew its feathers. I didn't think of it. That was just hilarious. I think, just thinking how that was done. Splatter some fake blood. Yeah. Also, the music is terrible. There's like this, even opens with like this opera across the shots of the lake. Worst area for no reason. And there's this like piano that's so unfitting. I can't remember how it goes, but it just did not fit at all. It's like, what is the piano doing here? This does not fit at all. Anything else? Yeah, this movie is basically not. It's a typical revenge. It's just you're getting revenge on two people and just other random people for no reason. That stupid twist. Also, oh yeah, actually I forgot. They reuse these shots. There's a shot of a camera points to the sun and spins for some reason. I have no idea what's there. They actually reuse it later on. And also there's another shot with ducks swimming the pond. I have no idea why that's there. They use it again for some reason. Probably to add time. But maybe it's a symbol, but no, it's not a symbol. That would be really funny if it was. And yeah, this movie was just this was bad. Maybe you can laugh at it. Mostly, I just found it really I just found it. Oh no! Forgot one big thing. What this movie sometimes does is it spins the camera from pointing from. So when the two boys are eventually looking at Romina, they have a shot of Romina, then they spin the camera for a second to get back to the other two boys. Like, why did you do that? Why can't you just cut? That looks really bad. It looks really bad. It's not necessary. But why did you do it? I don't know. Yeah, the camera quality's off. But this is definitely a good movie to watch. You want to know now how not to do camera work. Ugh. Yeah, this is definitely the worst movie I've seen all year. Who knows? Maybe I'll watch something even worse before I upload this. Yeah, probably not. I'll see. Hope not. Alright, Gotti, the best movie ever made. This movie's a complete fucking. This is probably the most incomprehensible movie of 2018. The reason for this is because, like, after the part where his youngest son gets hit by the car that I think was supposed to be say to be driven by the older son, but I don't know why they didn't actually show him in the older son in the car. They show shots like the car front, and I think I'm not sure. I probably remember this wrong, but after that, it's just him killing random people. The guy just kills random people for like no reason, has no impact. He talks to some people about stuff that doesn't mean anything, and then they just play they show a newspaper clip to tell the audience that something of value happened, because this movie can't do it itself. And then he gets the court, and then he dies. That's the movie. On the right side, it has the greatest line in cinematic history. New York's the greatest city in the goddamn world. Like, that is amazing. That saved us from 1 out of 10. But God, the rest of the movie. What? Oh, also, there's a scene they just go look at fireworks for some reason. I have no idea what a significance happened. Like, I still don't know anything about Gotti after watching this, other than he killed random people. Got hit by a car. So yeah, you're better off reading the Wikipedia page if you wanna get something out of Gotti. It's not even so bad. It's good. It's tedious. It starts off so bad it's good, then it got tedious at the end. Yeah. Okay, so the first clip. Actually, this is the first clip I'm recording for this video because I watched this today. Wow, it was really bad. This film's weirdest issue is how it dedicates time. So this film without credits is 90 minutes long. It takes like 10 minutes to get to or was it 15 minutes to get to the actual open house, and then up until like the hour 5-minute mark, I think, or somewhere in the hour mark, is they just wander the house with some spooky things happening. Also, what's really weird is that they set up two characters. One woman who I just swear was going to be like the villain because she acts so freaking weird. And she doesn't do anything at all in the plot. And there's also a mention how she has Alzheimer's, and that doesn't lead to anything. Then there's this other guy who was in the shoes, was in like the store that Logan and what's his mom's name? I don't remember. It's not important right now. Then he comes to the house. He's looking. He's like, okay, this is gonna lead to something. Nope, leads to nothing. Just gets killed at the end. Oh, by the killing at the end, the villain of this movie is just shoved in at the last minute. Literally, he's some guy you don't see before. Like they have a shot where he takes off Logan's contacts, and you can see a blurry image of him. It's no one he's seen before. It's just some bald guy. He just kills them for no reason. I don't. Is this the guy who killed Logan's dad? I don't know. Then he ends with him going to another open house. So does he go after open houses? Like like this is something you don't just throw in villains at the last minute. Like when you have perfect good setup. Why did you need to just throw someone in with nothing? Like, even stuff like the Bye-Bye Man. Yes, I'm going to be praising the Bye-Bye Man. Had its villain throughout the entire thing. Like, okay, I can't, like, seriously, I just praised the Bye-Bye Man. That's how you know the film was really fucking bad. Yeah, this was just nothing. Like, 60 minutes of nothing. Actually, no, wait. It actually gets to like the hour 15 mark when the killings happen. So it's basically just, well, it's like fucking what? 60% filler? Like 70% filler? No, because they have to get to the house. It's like 60% filler. I don't know. God, which is weird because everything else is fine. The acting's fine. I mean, it looked pretty good. There was some good camera work, but literally the script is completely it's just half baked. And, like they had a good base to work off of, but I think maybe if they put more time into developing an actual villain and less wandering the house, this could have actually been okay, but no, it just leads to nothing. Literally setups that go nowhere. What the hell? I just forget the next part. The Nun is so bad. It felt like torture. What made this movie so unenjoyable to watch was how uneventful it was. Most of it literally takes like, I think 40 minutes to get to the actual, like, when I'm like trying, for something to happen, like when the guy got buried alive. Before that, it was mostly exposition, and then there was still exposition in the end. It was mostly just figuring out what was going on, and then by the time that happened, they did like about the nun, and it was and it was not very eventful because you got barely any time with the nun. Like they had the actual nun throughout the entire thing. That could have been more. What's the word I'm looking for? More intense because then you know the danger of the nun, but oh, though I will admit the part where the woman and does the prayer and the explosion happens was absolutely hilarious. Yeah, most of it's boring. This movie, barely anything happens. Like they go to the church, the guy gets buried alive, they get some exposition, they fight the nun, the end. There's literally nothing. I just put something on my drawer. That's what I heard it thought. Yeah, barely anything happens in this movie, and so I have barely anything to say about it other than don't watch it. Fallen Kingdom. This movie was fucking torture to watch. All the characters are lame as hell. Like, okay, disclaimer: I don't remember a single thing from the original Jurassic World, so. I don't know how there was some character development that should have carried over, but I forgot. Even still, the movie it starts out with like a thesis about like whenever not keeping the dinosaurs alive is okay, or something. Even though that kind of was the thing in the first movie, so I don't know why they're repeating that. But then it just abandons it for majority of the runtime because the plot was like about finding Blue, and then a volcano blows up and dinosaurs after them. Yeah, it's pretty much all the movies getting chased by dinosaurs. It's boring as hell. Also, there's two twists. There was a twist villain because apparently this is a Disney slash Pixar movie now, and there was another twist where like that old guy's in the wheelchair. I forgot his name. Uh, his not great grand is just granddaughter because she actually was a clone, and this twist literally affected nothing. It was funny. You don't, well, they try to because they try to say she's like they're like genetically engineered or something like me, but she was already wanting to save the dinosaurs, so that was a pointless twist. So yeah, good move to learn how not to write a twist. But yeah, this is if you want to finish the series, go your head. You're not gonna like it. It's garbage. Wrinkle time. This movie is god awful. Like, wow, how did Disney drop the bomb so hard with this movie? Like, I mean, no, Disney is total dog shit these days, but wow, this was bad. The visuals, they look terrible. They look fake. Like the reason they do, because the environments the characters go in are brighter than the actual characters. At least it feels like, especially in the green, the first place they go to after they leave the house. It's just looks, it definitely feels bright. I just swear it's brighter than the actual characters. What the hell? Especially when they get to that little rock area, like right rock area where before they go to like the crystal area. Oh yeah, that expression looked bad. But no, the other big problem is the dialogue is so hilariously stupid. There's one scene where that boy, I can't remember his name, was complimenting the main character's house, and it was so funny. And his acting was so bad. It was like, your house is nice. Oh yeah, all the actors are fucking terrible. That little kid. The part where, like, near the end, where he was like possessed by the it was literally the fucking lines. He was trying to act all evil, and it was hilarious. Honestly, the first half of the movie, they just do nothing but explain things. They're explaining explain they're explaining the test thing. Then they got talking. There's like this one scene that you probably know because it's infamous, where she was talking to those flower plots, and they just like. I'm sorry, this is so funny thinking about it, but they were telling her where the father is. Like one of the fucking girls, they're just translating as like, he's over there. Like I felt like I was watching those fucking noggin shows I watch when I was 5. Oh my god, this movie is funny. If you like, this is, I guarantee you, some years down the line, this is gonna be like Disney's like Ben and Arthur, The Room, because this is so hilariously bad. Oh yeah, there's also this one scene that I cannot for the life of me figure out what the point of it is. You go into like this recreation, like some like circle neighborhood thing. The houses, okay, so there's kids like bouncing the ball, and their mother's telling them to go inside. One of them invites them in. The kid's like, "Oh yeah, I'm hungry." Then the boy and like I comes with her, and she's like, "No, don't go in." And then that entire scene was pointless. It was so no, it was entirely pointless. Like, how do you write a entirely pointless scene like that, even in your fucking movie? Literally, like this, most of it is just nonsense. It's just random shit happening. Well, okay, maybe not random shit. Like there was this another scene where they're flying like this leaf thing, and they end up going nowhere. Like they go literally nowhere. Like what's the point? Like this movie without credits was 100 minutes. They probably could have gone to under 90. They removed those. If they removed pointless. Oh yeah, and the story was like the most ridiculous thing ever. It's literally just save the dad. Like, oh my god. Oh yeah, at the end. Like I just said that felt like a noggin show, and literally ends like, you did it. Like, oh my god, this feels like something for preschoolers. Yeah, I mean, I know Disney makes movies for dumb children, but wow. This movie, it's fucking hilarious. You should watch it. It's so funny. I know it just spoiled the entire thing, but there was nothing to spoil, and it's still funny. Just laughing at how bad this movie was. Honestly, I could rate this lower, but I enjoyed it too much to give it anything lower than a 3 out of 10. Selfie from hell. It takes forever to get into the darknet, where the main character just goes to get the help. Like, I think it took like 30 something minutes, like 30 to 40 minutes in a 75-minute movie. Oh my gosh. Also, I can't verify how accurately this depicts the darknet because I'll never go on the darknet. But they do. But the YouTube is wrong. Like, they show this side left bar. There's no recommended videos. It was ugh. I don't know. Maybe it's the stream or whatever. The acting was pretty. When they get to the end, oh my god, this scene of when the guy was taking a selfie, and his face is completely into. I think it was actually CGI. Then he had this really garbage CGI monster that appears for no reason. Most of the movies, they're just a girl trying to figure out what to do. It's not scary at all. Fucking Larry with the CJ monster is literally just an empty warehouse. Some random guy just hanging for no reason. Like, and it just. I think she was supposed to be hallucinating or something because the end she what I'm trying to remember. Season like this monster thing. I'm probably remembering wrong. This was kind of funny though, but it was mostly boring. And really sloppy. Sherlok Gnomes. It's watchable, but it's completely unremarkable. The plot is a very basic mystery movie, find kidnap people. No surprises. Except for they shoehorn that relationship trouble between Romeo and Juliet. And the jokes suck. They're mostly cringe. Actually, they're all cringe. Sometimes they're funny because they're cringe. I do give credit. The animation on gnomes is very well done. They look like gnomes. Props to the animators. No props to screenwriters. The Clapper, I forgot everything about this movie except that it looks like shit. Like, the actual look of the movie is so boring. The plot is, what was the plot? Some fucking, I think the guy, I don't remember anything about this movie. I probably should have watched it, but I don't care to. It's just painfully average. It takes it to the next level. Nothing. I'm sorry, I got nothing to say because I don't feel like rewatching this. I see no reason to. Hold the Dark, I do like what was attempted. They tried to add depth to the revenge genre, but this movie's biggest problem is that it went on for too long. It was 2 hours. It should have been 90 minutes. The reason I say that is that parts drag on, and it tends to go into rambling nonsense. Most notably before the shootout in the wooden house in the daytime. The guy was shooting at the police, just said some complete gibberish that I don't even remember what was said. It just was total nonsense, and it went on for a long time. Even basically nothing really happens in this movie. Let's see. Some woman asks some guy to find the wolf to kill her son. Then this other guy, I think, was trying to do the same thing. He kills the people that are in the way. Then the guy, I forgot how this movie ended. Oh yeah, the guy's trapped. They end up in the cave. And yeah, really nothing happens. Everything it just goes on and on and on. And at the end, you're just like, it's not satisfying at all. and I can barely tell what was the message supposed to be conveyed. I mean, the blood's good. Yeah, I don't think this director, I can't remember his name, but he should stick to he's the same guy who did Green Room, which is a very, just seeing the Speedy Film Watchers episode on that, I really like that movie. It's very tense. This movie's pacing was really slow, which is contrasting his previous movie. I don't know about Blu-ray, I haven't seen that, but yeah, he should not have done that. That was a mistake. It's an alright experiment, but don't do that ever again. It's a drag. It's draining in a bad way. Ugh. Winchester. This movie started off promising. I mean, it looks really nice. It's well acted. I think it was starting off with a plot involving the woman leaving souls into a room, which I'm honest would have made for would have been a really cool movie. But then halfway through, they just changed the plot to something about a soul getting revenge for one of her goings or killing his brother. I think it's a really weird anti-gun message. Some people think it's supposed to be an anti-gun message. I'm not sure it's supposed to be. So it's I don't think you're blaming the gun maker at all. I wouldn't. No, it's never their fault. It's how easy it is to get one, and people use them. But even aside from that, why did they change the plot halfway through? Also, there's the abundance of jump scares is retarded and laughable. Most of it is fake jump scares, which is a jump scare that's for something that isn't scary at all. They use a loud sound effect when the main character bumps into some guy. I'm not even joking. They just bumps into him, and then it was so funny. And speaking of funny, that scene where the kid's possession is just trying to shoot Miss Winchester. Oh man, that was amazing. Wow, just beautiful. It was so funny. Yeah, most of it was boring. It's kind of sucked. There was potential, but it just was wasted. So, Star Wars story. My biggest issue with this is that it offers literally zero insight into Solo as a character. By beginning and how Solo is at the end is the exact same character. Even the prequel trilogy said we want about that, but that understood that when you're making a movie about the origins of already established characters, you probably add some insight into how they became who they were. By Anakin in Phantom Menace was very different than him by the end of the prequel trilogy. Drastically, you saw how the change, how it all went down. There was nothing like that in this movie. Instead, it tried to be an action-y movie with intense moments, but they're not tense because anyone who is familiar with this franchise will easily predict what happens. You predict Solo makes it through because he's in the rest of the franchise. You predict that girl he has is not going to be around because she's never mentioned in any of the other movies. And basically the first and you predict he's gonna beat Lando in that game gambling because he has the Millennium Falcon. Also, I love how Lando just disappears halfway through. That was funny. Unintentionally funny, but it was funny. Yeah, this is the definition of a cash grab. It was made just for money. No interesting insight to anything in the universe. It did not change any perspective on anything. It just existed. Hopefully, if they make another one of these, they learn from this mistake and make it good. The Meg, it's a shark movie. That's all I got to say. The movie does look really nice. Effects are really good, but the plot is exactly what you think. It's a fucking shark movie. There's a shark. They gotta kill a shark. Also, I'm not the main character. Just reminds me of Doom Guy because he has literally no personality except he's a tough guy. Like, I'm sorry, this movie gives you nothing to say because there's nothing about it. It's just a high budget shark movie. I wish I could say more, but yeah. Also, it's really boring. Technically well made, but it's really fucking boring. 22 July is a weird movie in that I think makes it the most its most interesting aspects, probably its biggest issue. It juggles around a bunch of characters' stories. It's odds tone shifts. Like on one hand, you have this I think it's supposed to be a character study of the guy who did the shooting, and then you have this. I think it was supposed to be an uplifting story of recovering, and it creates a tonal imbalance. Also, there's like this. I don't know if they're trying to make the villain sympathetic or not, because there's like this scene where it talks about, oh, his parents died or some shit like that. Even someone else was like, oh, maybe what if he's not wrong? I'm like, what are you trying to do here? Are you trying to like explain what the guy's up to? You're trying to make it sympathetic? What are you trying to do? Then it feels like you're watching two movies at once at this, after the initial shooting scene. It really does. It's just, I think overall it's still interesting. It also drags on for too long. This movie's like 2 hours and what was it, 17 minutes without credits? It was go on for too long. And also, it just bothers me that takes place in Norwegia where they don't speak English and they speak English. Like if this was a completely fictitious movie, I wouldn't care, but it's based off the actual events, so yeah, it's a little grating. I mean, yeah, it's weird story juggling just makes it awkward. There's also another movie about this event I'll cover late in the video that's much better anyway, so you have no reason to watch this. Black Panther. My god, this movie's kind of a jumble. Some parts are pretty good. Like, this movie looks really nice. The set design, like the whole kind of design, it looks beautiful. But man, the effects are bad. The rhinos were hilarious. When they got into the train fight, I swear, like the CGI on the suits, some of the details were gone. I swear that happens, and it's hilarious. And also, like the jump, there was like a Chaya did like a super jump in the casino, and it looked so fake. It didn't have a sense of weight. Yeah, it's a super jump, but there was no sense of weight at all. Same thing when Commander threw someone. It just it felt off. Also, shouts to see where he cut someone's throat and get blood. It seems mean because it's funny. Also, I think what really bugs me is this whole thing of this idea that the belongings of your ancestors carried down. Like they introduced it with Killmonger in the museum. It kills like the workers because their ancestors stole the artifacts. And then they have a counterexample where Child is talking with there's this assistant, I can't remember her name. She's like, you don't have to carry something like about not having to carry the Ronnie's as father. And then afterwards, that thing's completely abandoned. Like, come on, you right afterwards, Chaya and Commander had a fight. Scene where they're fighting the throne. They could have I don't know, conversed in there. I mean, they did converse in the train scene, where they're elaborating on the theme of taking down the oppressors in their families, trying to rid all the wrong people because they're oppressors. And John's talking about how that's eventually becoming like them. So that's a good sense of analyzing the thing. You have Killmonger's take on the negative side of the one side, you have Channels on the other. They clashed in the train scene. They got to the analysis part where they looked at two sides. That didn't happen with the whole ancestor thing. Oh yeah, speaking of developing, T'Challa has no development whatsoever. Kind of does in these the scenes where he's buried. Thoughts he can like act as like father. It starts with like he talks about how he's fearing being a king, but he does literally no king work in this movie. I don't know, maybe we'll do something in Black Panther 2 because that's gonna be a thing. And then like the next time he's buried, he's now ready. It's like the point where he has to get back up. That's part of the 3 act screenplay. It's like get back up after he falls, and that's his whole development. Nothing else. It doesn't really help that he's gone for how long is he? Yeah, how long, Jeff? Do you think like 20 minutes? Or somewhere 20, 30 minutes. He's gone. That doesn't help. The main character has no development because he's mostly fighting. Oh, this is my biggest complaint. Most of the movie, Jaya, Killmonger are invulnerable from damage. It makes the action boring. Even when it's technically good, like the car chase, technically good. It's even like there's one moment in the car chase where one of the guys was shooting the cars back and they were just the bullets were coming off. So this is kind of like a subversion of the cliche where bullets were shooting the car and the characters would dodge to establish danger. But since the bullets shot off and these like drivers like, it's vibranium, it's not then they damage. You're like, okay, there's no danger and it's boring. In the final battle, it's supposed to be super epic, but it's not. So like when you have all these women are coming after Killmonger with their spears, you're like, okay, or you're just waiting for him to take them all down because they can't do jack. Like, come on. Like that's such a basic error. How do you make that? Ugh. I don't know. This movie's just kind of a mess. Some parts did well. Oh, also I like the use of African music. That was really good. Had a really nice feel. So some parts of this movie are pretty good, and so much just collapses. I don't know. Hopefully it fixes these areas in Black Panther 2, because this does have potential to be really, really thematically deep. It kind of scratches the surface of these themes. I also forgot to mention one thing I did right. Use the theme of tradition, trying to stick to the throne. Again, it showed one side saying shall stick to the throne, and the other side saying that the throne is bad, showing the Killmonger throne is bad. We clash. We see people still on the throne going with them extremities. Again, that's good thematic development. And then the other side's fighting against it because they know it's wrong. Good thematic development. And it's a mixed bag. I really hope there's potential here. Maybe in Black Panther 2, because that's coming out. I'll cross my fingers that. That might be a massive improvement. Spiderverse. What the fuck? This movie, a biggest issue is the actual plot. It is basically the same as like the Avengers or the Jurrassic. Some guy, or pretty much any like super movie or multiple people. There's a guy with the doomsday device, and they go after him, and it goes exactly as you think it does. Like it's shame they waste the multiple dimensions concept. It just gets used for animation styles, which is the movie's biggest strong point. Is its animation is fantastic and it has really good editing. There's a one spot where it's like they were in the spider layer and they just for some reason they randomly cut to a shot where super zoomed out for a split second. Well, that was the only problem visually. Everything else was like they nailed the comic book look so well. I mean, I guess this is supposed to be like a typical comic book, but it just proves that they're so stale. Cause I just lost interest around what probably by the time the Peter B. Parker shows up. I'm like, okay, it's gonna go down. Yeah, it went down. Actually, there was one surprise with the twist villain, but okay, small spoilers. I don't know if I just wasn't paying too much attention, but there was like no reason Miles' uncle joined Kingpin. It was just there, so Miles would fit in the typical mold spider character. It was kind of hilarious. Like I laughed when when the twist was revealed, and then because he literally just dies like a few minutes afterwards. That was hilarious. Oh my god! Also, who picked the music? Like the typical songs in this. Oh my god, they were so bad. Like I was cringing when they played music. I was like, oh, who picked this song? I mean, I don't know. Maybe if I was rewatch, I understand the song picks, but oh my god, they were so cringe-inducing. Also, Kingpin is such a like, I really what's really interesting, like all the other superhero movies that came out this year. Well, I haven't seen Venom, but the rest, at least they actually tried to make some interesting villains. This just didn't. It was a basic villain where he just, I mean, like, yeah, he had a motivation. That was it. He wanted to get his family back, but yeah, it was so completely uninteresting that I didn't feel threatening at all. Like, even with like Black Panther, I didn't like that much either. Killing Andre actually felt kind of threatening but here, I don't care. I hope in the sequel they use the dimensions concept in more interesting ways. Like maybe they actually go into dimensions. That could actually be interesting. But now that they told the origin story, hopefully the sequel they actually do something interesting. Seven Heaven, this movie is really original and it's pretty fun. It has issues. One, it doesn't. So my big really confusion is with the teacher. So what this movie's about is these kids go into the seventh heaven and then they merge in like a world of their fears. But the teacher's out helping them. That doesn't make any sense. Why would he help them? Isn't this all their fears? Does the kid fear being helped? So that's funny. Stupid but funny. Also, the big conflict within the world of his fears that he kills the guy who bullies him, and they're after him. But all they show like little snippets, and they just show him stabbing him. And it's not even like something lethal. It's like something like a pencil, like right down his shoulder, I think. Or is it a heart? It can't be heart. That wouldn't make sense. But even still, it's just him stabbing him. That's not a fear. That's a desire. Well, is this fury encompassed? They didn't show that at all in that little snippet. It just leads us to believe he's just thinking is thinking. Oh yeah, I mentioned it's physically thinking of something. And it's showing physically thinking about stabbing the boy. But that's not a fear. That's a desire. What? Does someone have any idea what fears and desires are? Also, the part of the Truth or Dare game that I'm really wondering how it actually works, because it seems like you just call random people. It's like, so it first seems like the guy was actually controlling the game, but then he even gets called into it by the main characters. So how is it working? Is it just like some random deity or not deity, random, just a force? What? Also, how the hell did the playing cards get from the other side to the normal world? I don't know. There's a lot of confusing things about this movie. But I say it's all it's I say it's not I say it's not a boring movie, but it's just thinking about a lot of things don't make sense. I would see some. I would definitely just seeing this concept being played within the second movie. That could be really, really interesting if done well and not have all these logical issues. Bird Box. This movie can be quite enjoyable. Sometimes tense, but I don't know why they want this non-linear storyline, which does not work. They flashback to like the second half of the movie where they're on River in the first half beforehand. There was one really good use of it though, where they introduce the idea of the the crazy mentally ill, I guess, not being affected by the monster. They first show in the river, you're like, okay, wait, what happened? Why did that guy say don't do the blindfold? then they show a non-verbal explanation. That was really, really smart use of it. The problem with it overall is that the first half, you already know everyone's gonna die. I mean, everyone except the main character died. But I mean, you could still argue that you could figure it out anyway, since it's told from her perspective. But it's much more obvious here. And actually, they probably would have avoided if they hadn't, like, the first scene of the movie tells the children to go, they're in the house. Now, if they cut to the river, you could still maybe think, okay, they split up. Okay, that's kind of a stretch, but also I think the ending, it's so weird. They want the happy ending. It was a little jarring. Complete tonal shift at the end. Like, oh, a happy ending. Like, I've never seen a horror movie with a happy ending. Ever. The closest things get out. But yeah, that was really strange. I guess it's alright. Infinity War. My biggest issue with this film is it's very, very repetitive. I could summarize this up very quickly. They fight, they go somewhere else to just chase after the Infinity Stones. There's the Self-Not Dance I really loved. It's incredibly, it's nothing you've seen before. Probably one of the best villain origins. It's like, it kind of reminds me of Split. This movie reminds me of Split a lot. Because the most interesting parts are involving the villain, but in Split, that was intentional because it's a super villain origin story. This, it's not. It's mostly the superhero stuff, which is just them fighting and then going somewhere else. Or there was one exception I can remember where Thor was talking to that raccoon guy. I forgot what they were talking about though. I was like, that's an interesting talk. I forgot. Then again, I can't remember anything about that talk. So it might have been not that interesting at all. Seriously, it was a struggle to sit through. 2.5 hours of this, really? God damn. It's just fighting, go somewhere else, fight more. Ugh. But honestly, I just watched it for the memes, so that might be why. I love the memes about this. Hopefully the next Avengers gives some also amazing memes, but yeah. I mean, if you like Marvel, then you'll probably enjoy this. But if you're not a fan of Marvel, I'm gonna be honest, I don't care for the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies at all. I like Civil War a lot. That's really it. I haven't seen much. I haven't seen Black Panther or Ant-Man or Ant-Man the Wasp of recording this. We'll see what I think of those by the time I record those. But yeah, if you don't like Marvel Cinematic Universe, stay the hell away from this. You're gonna be bored out of your life. Revenge, this movie, I really like the look of this movie, especially when it's daylight. Nighttime, it's alright. It's still good to go. Daylight, I just like the color palettes. This really unusual look that I've never seen in a movie, and I do enjoy how bloody it gets. But I have to say I'm not a fan of this basic revenge movie. I just got more of the plot quickly because it's fairly bare bones. If you enjoy this genre, you're gonna love this. I would recommend it if you're a fan of it. If you're not, don't watch this movie. You're gonna be bored out of your mind, like I was. Incredibles 2, I would say overall this movie is entertaining, but damn, as a sequel to the first, like literally when this was over, my thought was that was incredibly underwhelming. Like they toned everything. It feels like they hold back. They don't go into very intense and are subverting tropes like in the first movie. That, if you don't remember the first movie, there, for example, they mocked those villain monologues, like when Frozo mentioned for, and he starts monologuing, and then Cinder's like, you lucky dog, yeah, monologuing. Here they have a villain monologuing, and they don't make any jokes out of it. It's just like, yeah, whatever. And the villain itself is fucking stupid. It's like so her plan is she wants superheroes illegal because she thinks they're bad. Because they like are like what fucking seen as like it's a spectacle. And the reason she wants this because her dad was killed because superheroes didn't come, but the law stopped them. Dude, that wasn't the superheroes' fault. They couldn't do shit. That was illegal. This isn't even a hard fix. What you could have done is have the supers come, but get their asses kicked. That would be so much more sense than the spectacle part. Also, some police are kind of hard. Like even in the news, like there's another movie I saw this year called Blindspotting. Like that's how it disconnects because in the news. So in the scene in Blindspotting, one guy's watching TV. He notes how the news kind of just shows a picture of police to make them seem more superior. That is a spec and show them a superiority. There's even a show on TV called Cops that's like showing, trying to make the police look cool. So no, this still applies to the police as well. Even also, they have returning of dealing with their family, even though this movie ends right after the first one where they got their family together. So this is a repeating of the main plot from the main family plot from the first movie. But also, the humor sucks. Like, it's cringe. None of it was funny. Even ends the same way as the first, where they lead off with like a new villain. Oh, speaking of that, the Ultraminer just disappears. Like, he just goes away and he's forgotten right after he caused the chaos that led to more issues. The Incredibles. Like, what? Come on. We were begging to see the Ultraminer, and then he just disappears after the first action scene. Why? Oh my god! Oh, I don't know. If they deal with the Incredibles 3, I hope they deal with the Ultraminer, because if not, I'm gonna be pissed. That's only if they made a third. They probably won't. Damn. Like, how do you fuck up a sequel? Like, it's not a bad movie overall. Don't get me wrong. I do think it's overall entertaining, enjoyable. Come on. Slice, I honestly should put a question mark at 10. I'm just doing a 5 out of 10, just so I can have a proper place for this. I really don't know what to think of this movie. I had a good time watching it. It's definitely self-aware, goofy parody, or I don't know the parody, but it's definitely a homage to those stupid 80s horror movies. I think there's two issues with this. One, it feels like characters just get introduced out of nowhere. Like, one girl mentions books about like potential murder. It's like, oh, this guy, and then they just go to him, and it kind of acts like the audience already know who he is, but it doesn't. There's like no explanation that at all. He's just there. It's also, this is more of a personal issue, but death doesn't really matter in this movie because when you die, you just function normally, except you are a zombie. Also, there's even a line where it says that humans have to pay taxes, but it implies that zombies don't. So, isn't it better to be a zombie? It's like at the end, they're all zombies, but they're working the pizza shop just fine. So, why does death even matter? That confuses the hell out of me. Why they did that doesn't make all sense. Yeah, this movie is fun. I had a good time watching it. I don't really think it's as bad as people say it is. I'd say it's worth your time. Without credits, it's only 78 minutes, so who knows? You might probably also hate it, or you can enjoy it. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm sorry. I just don't know. A Quiet Place. I really appreciate how this movie takes tries something new with the monster horror genre. But I think that this movie's biggest issue is a lot of the decisions for how they were gonna do what it needs to do feel like they just thought the first thing that came to their head and never really thought about there were any better ways. What I mean, I should probably explain what I mean. For example, they needed to communicate how dangerous sound is. That enough noise can make the monster come after you. What they did is having the kid get attacked. Again, on paper, this is a good idea. In execution, it doesn't. It's not very believable because it's 89 days into the whole thing, the monster invasion, I guess. And there's no way, no goddamn way, the kid went 89 days without knowing sound was bad. There's no way he would have survived. He wouldn't. You expect him to leave. He made 89 days without noise, not knowing noise is dangerous. No, I cannot believe that for a moment. There could have been a better way. Better way? I can't think of any better ways off the top of my head, but I know there could have been. Maybe he could have fallen into a hole, and yeah, could have fallen into a hole. He was wandering around, fell into a hole, and then screamed, cried, and then the monster came kill him. That'd make more sense. Or what? Also, how they made conflict. The woman having a baby. I don't know why she had a baby. I literally don't know why. Why the mom had a baby at all. Like, it seems stupid because it's painful. You're gonna scream, and babies are loud. And yet, oh yeah, you know what really bugs me? They have a soundproof room. They introduced 2/3 into the movie. Like, you know that screenwriting rule? If you had a gun in the third act introduced in the first, they did it with other aspects, such as the hearing aid and what was that other thing? Oh, louder noises blocking out smaller ones. But they didn't do it with that for some reason, and it's annoying. Also, so conflict just takes forever to actually start. Most of it is just they just went off trying to establish things. Okay, we established the hearing piece, we established the louder noises, and it's just them wandering around waiting for the conflict to start. Also, there's the scene with that old guy just yells like, "I get it, you're trying to foreshadow the end." But okay, specifically the old guy yelling for no reason when the dad and son and that other kid, I guess they adopted because he wasn't there in the opening scene with there. He just yells for no reason. I've seen this twice and I still can't figure out why. That was there just to foreshadow again. That could have been a better way. That was more believable. But no, they just went with the first thing they thought of. I heard there's a sequel. I have no idea what it's going to be about. Like, I think the first one ended in a way where there's really no danger. You don't know? Yeah, so spoiled. It's just a Kill Monsters sequel. But yeah, I think this could have been great if they just tidied it up a bit. I don't know, maybe the sequel will be better. Maybe they'll learn. Because I do think this movie has a lot of potential. It just wasn't fulfilled. Ant-Man and the Wasp, one thing that really surprised me is that some of the humor is actually got some chuckles out of me. Not all of it, like the fucking magic tricks shenanigan was pretty dumb. Other than that, there's really nothing remarkable about it. It's mildly, I got a decent amount of enjoyment out of it, which is surprising. It's good if you want to kill time, but don't expect anything more. It's hella basic. Nothing to hide. This movie, my biggest issue is it took to like an hour out of 90 minutes for some actual intense conflict to get it kick in. Most of it is just when they get alerts, it's stuff that doesn't matter. If it's yeah, you want to build it up, you don't want to blow your load too early, but an hour with only 30 more minutes left, and then it just felt little rushed at the end. You just had to cut through everything. I think if they started sooner, they will add more time to simmer and get more impactful. I mean, I do like them. What it does though, it's yeah. I think it's enough to warrant watching. I like the message how technology promotes the idea of keeping everything secretive, which is overall bad for relationships. Yeah, they really need to kick it sooner, and the movie's not funny, even though it's a comedy. I did not laugh once. At all. Like, I was mainly bored up to the last third. Thoroughbreds, it's fine, not very tense, and most of it I just felt emotionless watching it. It's interesting, I guess. I don't have a lot to say about it. I probably should rewatch it. I should want to get this video done. I still say watch it. Batman Ninja, this movie, I should probably preface that I watched the English dub. I heard it's very different from the original Japanese voice in terms of like Ballad or something. If I ever do watch the original, I will note in the description if that is true. But this movie it has really weird animation. It's good. I should probably mention the dub. Some of it doesn't sync up very well, especially with Joker. It's so cringe-inducing how it doesn't sync up at all. I really not much to say about this. It's a pretty typical Batman versus Joker story, but it's fun. Yeah, I really like the animation style. Yeah, I don't even remember much of this movie. It's good. It's definitely good to kill 85 minutes. It's fun. I like it. I don't know. Maybe we should rewatch it sometime. Never Going Back. This movie's really funny, and that's it. The plot is these girls get into some situation, and then it's just random hijinks until they get the conflict resolved. There's the other side characters, but they're just there to kick off the plot. And actually, no one actually is help. Yeah, no, yeah, that's really it. There's nothing else is really. The script is, yeah, like I said, it's just random hijinks until they get the conflict resolved. It's funny and it's fun. I would say it's worth your time, but yeah, there's nothing else to say about it. Bohemian Rhapsody. This movie is okay. I think it's really fun to watch if you're not taking it seriously. Like, kind of seriously. Like, not expecting, like, an accurate portrayal of Freddie and the band, but it has issues. Like, there's two in particular. One, it does a lot of time with the band members, yet I don't really care about any of them. They're all blank. They're all just really one-dimensional characters. Yet you get a lot of time with them, and this is supposed to be about Freddie. But it's more like viewing the band as a whole. The second one, and this is the big one, the editing is pretty bad. I don't know how it won the Oscar for editing. Well, I do know why at the end, but most of the movie, they do this really annoying thing frequently. So they start a shot, and then in between it, they just show meaningless face reactions. They're not even like big, like surprise or disgusted faces, or like very exaggerated faces that would communicate something. They're just very blank slates or mild smiles that we're really having. And then just cut to that, then go back to the shot they were already doing. It's so annoying. I don't know why they do that. It doesn't. No information is communicated. It's just irritating. You can even see there's like if you look up this movie and it's edited, you can find one clip from like when they were outside. That's like the outside when we're meeting the the dealer, whatever the position is called, and that is like the worst of it. It doesn't get as bad as that scene, but it's the worst. Also, I find it really. This is something I don't agree with. I find kind of interesting. Well, people would think this movie's portraying Freddy's attraction to men. I'm not saying gay or bi because people always argue about that. But say that was like Paul would lead him on to like the as they would say the game lifestyle, and if that be his downfall, I don't think that was the intention. I think it's just general going irresponsibility. Like yeah, particularly there was once. I think I know what they're talking about. Like one scene where some guy was going to the men's bathroom, and then where Freddy was on the phone with us. Wait, was this happen before they break up? I can't remember. I can't remember her name. And he falls into the men's bathroom. It's like to show temptation. It just comes off wrong. Like, okay, I understand that why people have issues with it. I'm 100% sure that was unintentional. I'm probably wording this all really poorly, so I apologize. You could probably find articles better explaining this than I can. But yeah, I think they could have maybe thought about what they were applying beforehand. But yeah, they don't take this like super seriously. I think it's really fun because it has really enjoyable dialogue and acting, and the finale everyone knows it's definitely very powerful. But don't expect. Oh, also there's a lot of inaccuracies, so I don't remember all of them. I know like how Freddy said, like in the movie, Freddy says he tells his band he has AIDS for Live Aid when he wasn't even diagnosed until 2 years after. Like, yeah, I mean I get it. And also Live Aid wasn't really a reunion. That like those are the two big ones I know. You could probably look up the rest of the inaccuracies, but yeah, like just don't take this super seriously. You're gonna have fun, I think. Kindergarten Teachers movie. I appreciate the twist. Not that really a twist. The abandoning of what seemed like a very basic Prodigy story in the second half. I think my big issue. I'm just thinking right now. There was a subplot that went nowhere involving the main character. She seemed like she was gonna have an affair with her poetry teacher. It started off they kissed, and then that whole thing was never mentioned again. Like what? What was the point? Like, that was weird. And also, they really didn't do much in a way of explaining. So the reason the teacher kidnaps the kid is that she feels that the society doesn't appreciate creativity, but they never show any examples of that ever. I can't think of any. So they just say it and they don't expand on this idea. Things it could have been really in-depth social critique, but no, they didn't do anything with it. Alright, Best Friends, this movie, Volume 1. I haven't watched Volume 2. I should watch Volume 2 in the same video. I don't know. We'll see what I do. Best Friends, this movie is fun. So, you got Tommy and Greg back together, and they pull off insane characters, and it's awesome. The plot is crazy, so I'll be honest, most of the time I had no idea what's going on. Yeah, this movie just has some other issues. The music is freaking terrible. Like this is awful music. Who put this music here? It sounded like garbage music from a Sega Genesis. Yeah, it's literally Sega Genesis music, not good Sega Genesis music. Garbage Sega music. Oh my god, it was painful to listen to. Also, for some reason, there's some moments in this movie where they just focus a shot on like some poster. Well, there was one where Tommy's character, whose name Harvey, was talking to this other guy, and they just showed this picture of like a night. I think it was like a painting, like some night. I think, and there was another moment or something like this where Greg Sestero's character, went down the stairs, and then they just focused on this picture of this poster for the movie. I think it was called Thief. Yeah, Thief. I don't know why they did that. They just put it on there for a few seconds. It was distracting, and why? Also, in the last moment of the scene, for some reason, they just kept switching styles. Like sometimes just go to black and white, and then go back to color. Sometimes they slow down the frame rate. It was why. It was so why. I think it was to me epic, but it wasn't epic. They didn't even do these styles earlier, so it was weird. Yeah, this movie has some really weird technical choices. But I still think it's fun. I don't know what part 2 holds. I haven't watched it. Hope should watch it for the video. I'll see what I do. How to Talk to Girls at Parties. This movie is absolute batshit crazy, lots of fun. I do like how they're trying to portray like this allegory of cults. My biggest issue is that some parts of Hollywood don't make any damn sense. Like, for example, what is the deal with those animations? You show like these weird animations. I have no idea what they're. Maybe a rewatch would like make me realize what they represent. I don't know, but then it's just so the big conflict is that the girl in the yellow on the poster is gonna get like part of this ritual for a group where the elders eat the kids. Why? So first off, why would they do that? And yeah, I know you're thinking, oh, it's part of the allegory, but you still need to make your story make sense with your allegory, along with while telling your allegory, or else it's just like okay. You, let me try. You still want your story. Having an allegory doesn't mean your story can not completely make everything sense, even if that's it. But so they eat them. It's like, so do the elders like live forever or something? 'Cause don't you need to keep your group going on? They don't explain that. It seems like they eat all the kids. Also, they show they can just go into other people's bodies. I really want to know if the people. It doesn't seem like the people are aware they get taken over. Even though you think they would, because there have been like little gaps where like you get taken over and they lose, like their consciousness is gone. They go back. Wouldn't it feel weird? Wouldn't anyone believe there's something up? Or I don't know. This movie's definitely fun. I would just say definitely check this out. It's definitely worth watching. See how crazy and unique it is. But a lot of parts would go. Man, I love the blood-ish look of the movie. It's so good. The first half honestly was kind of a drag, but the second half was lit. When you actually get the murders, but not the murders, just the bloody killing. It's awesome. It's worth it. It's, it's pretty cool. It makes up for the drag that is. Well, not super drag, just like, it's alright. And then you go, oh yeah, this is awesome. By the time the second half hits. Tag in this movie was, I had a fun time watching this one. I do mainly appreciate how over the top the tag sequences are. Some actually really surprisingly really good stunt work. Uh, and and it does show how good still being able to play as an adult is. But what kind of was weird that they started this idea when they mentioned how Jerry doesn't count. But I think it was one, I can't remember who mentioned this, but Jerry doesn't really contact any of the guys aside from the tag decks. Is he really a friend? And then they kind of go nowhere with this idea that kind of was disappointing, but it's still fun. Fun, really odd and unique film. I had a good time with it, and probably will too. Cam is a very interesting horror movie. It's about a cam girl who gets her account hacked or something taken over, and then it gets weird. I think my biggest issue with this movie is that Barry is completely useless. He literally does nothing to advance the plot forward. There's like a subplot with them, and it just stops after the whole restaurant scene. And then it just literally was pointless. It was pointless. I don't really have much to say about this movie, unfortunately. I think. I don't have anything to say about this movie much. It's pretty cool horror. Not very scary, if I'm gonna be frank. But it's definitely very fun to watch. Yeah, you should watch it. The world is yours. The plot of this movie is so convoluted. Something about like drug stuff that they gotta capture. But this movie's absolute bonkers. Everyone's acting is pretty over the top. The camera work can be pretty nuts. The music can be nuts, and movie doesn't give a shit how convoluted its plot is. Like, I honestly have no fucking idea what happened in this movie, and I don't care. It's a blast. Cold War, I should probably note that I had ended up watching this on many sittings, way too many for an 88-minute movie, so that might have impacted how I feel about it. Anyway, Cold War does what it has to do. The characters are interesting, the romance is believable. I don't really remember much of background plot. I think what mainly lifts this film up is how good it looks. It's mainly impressive they recreate the look of the older movies so well. That in itself is worth watching. I don't have anything else to say about it. Minding the Gap, this movie's pretty interesting, and that's all I have to say about it. It's worth a watch though. Heartbeats Loud. This movie is barely really nice. It's it's a feel good movie, but it has a lot of good character. It's really fun to watch, very relaxing. I mean, there's not much to say about it. It's just nice. Yeah, watch it. Bandersnatch. It's pretty cool. I like how they use the gimmick to add to the themes of lack of control. I think my biggest issue is that replaying to get all the endings is so tedious. Gotta go because like the image of televisions at the end they give you just choices, but they can be really weird. Like one time, what I did was got the ending where you kill the dad. I can't remember the barrier chop. Then Colin came over, got the option to kill, let him go. I did let him go. I was hoping the TV would let me choose the other option, but it didn't. It put me to, I can't remember what the other option, what it put me to, it was far away. I think it was see psychiatrist, I can't remember. But yeah, that was really weird. I think it would have been better if they had like a little map, or not like a map, second little episode selection where you like select the choices where you haven't done both of them. Maybe that would have been better for replaying purposes. But also there's this is just a personal thing, but I really wish the choice where you join the team could have led to more possibilities instead of it being a dead end. There was a lot of potential with that, and it didn't happen. Yeah, it's a cool game, movie, whatever. It's called a movie on IMDb, so it's on this video. Yeah, it's very enjoyable with lots of really interesting ideas. Green Book. I think the one thing that kind of bugs me is that this movie can feel a little cartoonish. It goes because it's a comedy, but it could feel really over exaggerated a bit. It's hard to it's like there are scenes, characters just so out there. It gets kind of ridiculous at points. But honestly, I don't know, maybe it's the big joke about how people, the 60s attitudes, their racist attitudes were really dumb and ridiculous. Maybe, I don't know, I'm probably looking too deeply into it. But I think what makes this good is both the two leads are absolutely fantastic, and the movie's really funny. All the comedy works. It's a fun ride. Not a super, don't accept a super cheap movie, but it's very enjoyable. I would watch it again, and yeah, I recommend. It's fun, family fun. Madeline's Madeline. This movie kind of confuzzles me even after a rewatch. It is really dreamy. It's a very grounded reality story, but it has a very dreamy vibe, which I do appreciate. With a lot of metaphor, I guess. It constantly talks about metaphors. I'm not sure. I guess it's like a metaphor. Well, I'm not gonna get to analysis. This movie is still has lots of really good acting. It's a really interesting script. where it's about play, and the play ends up getting shaped around circumstances. And I'm spouting nonsense, but it's really good. I'm trying to get this video done. Sorry. Creed 2, this movie kind of suffers from being predictable, the main plot being predictable, but what saves this along with, same thing with that with the first Creed, it's saved by the, how do we word this? The parts that are not related to the boxing being really engaging. It's, the subplots, that's the word I was looking for. The subplots are great, always engaging. You've seen these characters and how they're going through their life. That's great. But yeah, it's kind of more. It's not. It wasn't. It wasn't exactly more the same. The first Creed. It kind of was in the main plot, but not subplot. The subplot they pushed it. That's kind of funny. It's great. This movie, I think, does a really good job of training what's like in 8th grade, and the issues of people being shitters during 8th grade, of the pressures of it. But I think my issues with it probably were from false expectations. I expected a lot more focus on the technology aspect. I mean, this movie literally opens up with Kayla making a YouTube video, but it doesn't. It's really offering. I mean, yeah, we'll see how it. I mean, we get it does show out effects, but it doesn't really get a lot of focus as the offline moments. I would take it on YouTube. I think it's boring how you like having the video, because I probably I probably was expecting to be like me in 8th grade, because I was active on YouTube. I know it's not. I know I shouldn't have expected that, but it kind of let off like maybe on rewatch I'll like it more, but I just want to get this video done. So I'm probably not gonna watch it, but if I did, you're not seeing this clip. Prayer Before Dawn. This movie is pretty brutal. The fight scene and violence feels very, very real. Very grounded. I mean, it makes sense because it's based off a true story, but yeah, it's very, very well done. I think my big issue is I feel like it ended a little too cleanly. I mean, it's probably how it actually was in the memoir, but it's kind of rubbed me the wrong way. This movie's definitely interesting, though. It's on Amazon Prime, so yeah, watch it. Alright, I gotta judge my first round quiz. There it is. Fallout. This movie is a blast. I had so much fun in watching this film. Like if you want a fun movie, you're gonna love this. Just watch it. It's fun. Fantastic action. It's very well shot. It looks great. The camera looks just so good. I don't think he used shaky cam like at all. Everything's good. The problem with the story itself is just basic as hell. It's just another MacGuffin hunt. MacGuffin hunt. I mean, yeah, I get it. It's based off a spy show, which they all do, these cliche plots, but yeah, it really. I heard it actually carries over from Rogue Nation, which I don't remember anything about, aside from part where Ethan Hunt goes underwater. I'm sorry, I just had it temporarily or fucked up. It's kind of hard to be recording. Yeah, it's just they gotta stop the villain from doing big boom thingy. Everything boom. Yeah, fun. It's a blast. I don't think I'll ever watch it again. It probably wouldn't be as entertaining second time around. Yeah, I still say it's worth checking out. Upgrade. I love the action style of this movie where they do like this cool thing where the camera will stay parallel to the main guys as he moves as he leans forward and up, that is so awesome and genius. Basically, hasn't been done before. I do like how they try to do with these ethical issues surrounding the use of technology as like enhancements, mixing in with intense action. That's all great. But sometimes I feel like the story gets stretched out a bit. Yeah, I do think this is a good starting point. I think I heard there might be a sequel. I can't remember. If they do, I hope they expand these ideas because it's good. It's still very, even if you ignore the all the idea, philosophical ideas. This film, it's still very entertaining. Just a really fun action, really fun, clever, a unique action movie. And I like it a lot, and I love it a lot. Isle of Dogs movie is absolutely delightful. The animation is fantastic, and I'm glad people still use stop motion because it just looks so good. You can't get that look with CG. Anyways, there's really not much to say about this. It's just a really fun movie with a really charming story and characters. Yeah, it's just fun. I'm sorry, I got on this. Okay, apparently I screwed up my. So this was the other movie about the little the shooting incident from July 22, 2011 in on the island of Oslo. This movie, unlike the other one, this is just a shooting event. It's actually shot in real time. They actually got the exact length of the shooting, which is 72 minutes. Unlike the American movie where the shooting just happens for like what, 10 minutes. I think, I don't remember. But this movie is basically just follows the woman you see in the poster from as this whole this whole shooting is happening. It's all about the characters and their survival. It's kind of like Dunkirk, only this one has a focus on the character, not like completely all over the place like that movie. Yeah, the camera work is fantastic. It was a real tracking shot, and it looked great. He did also manage to juggle in other characters and they were all memorable. Even those that don't get much screen time, where you do remember them. Yeah, it's one tense movie. Yeah, there's really not much to say. This is not a very complicated movie, but you definitely can feel you gotta get the feeling of what it was actually like there during the shooting. Yeah, it's too bad this doesn't really get much release in America, unfortunately. So you got to dig deep to find it, but it's definitely worth it. It's great. Searching. I think my only criticism is this because the twist feels really, really whack. Like I do not buy it. Maybe on rewatch there is some hints foreshadowing it, but it doesn't really turn me how tense and enjoyable this film is. The use of technology is both it's actually accurate. It was honestly mind blowing because movies have this weird thing where they just they like to portray technology inaccurately for some crazy reason. I don't know why. It was mind blowing. The beginning when they're showing like Windows XP, the old layout of Disney games, older YouTube layout. Like wow, it blew my mind. It was a huge nostalgia overload. I'm be honest. Um, okay, on to the actual plot. One, I liked how this movie avoided the trap a lot of these finding detective movies get with the person thereafter has no character whatsoever. Here, she has a character. Thank God. Like, I mean, flashbacks to the call, which I mentioned the guilty of. I'm not talking about that fucking movie, but also this movie, it's impressive. This movie is actually really funny without ever feeling like it's not serious. It's always intense. Man, does this movie have a good sense of humor? Freaking the What's a Tumbler? God, that was epic. Yeah, this is a really fun mystery movie. Definitely check it out if you love mysteries. The Old Man and the Gun. This is probably one of the funnest, very fun, relaxing movie to chill out with on calm day. Don't want anything super tense. It's also a fascinating character study of a guy who robs banks for fun. It has a nice sense of humor. It never takes itself seriously, and it builds lots of fun, memorable characters. It's just a joy to watch. And I have I have one big complaint though, and near the end they do these fade outs like 3 times in a row. It got annoying. I don't know why they did that. It kept making me think the movie was over, but it wasn't. Also, it's a little anticlimactic when at the end when he got caught, when one of his Forrest Tucker's friends ratted him out. It just felt like, oh, you got ratted out. But yeah, those are pretty minor. The rest, it didn't diminish the overall enjoyment. Definitely the first issue I had is really major. It should not have happened. It's still a really enjoyable crime movie. It's fun. Mid 90s. I first commemorate Jonah Hill. I first applaud Jonah Hill. This movie looks just like something of the 90s. Like even the camera looks something like a 90s movie. Well, obviously setting it looks like something in the 90s. That's that's definitely creates a nostalgic feeling for me, even though I wasn't alive in the mid 90s. So yeah, if you can do that, that in itself is praiseworthy. This movie's really funny. It has lots of really cool characters that even when these even though yeah they have big faults, but you just still enjoy them, still think they're cool, and it's just a fun coming of age story, I guess. There's not much to say. It's great. Just watch it. Alright, The Ballad of Buster Scruggs. This was a great anthology. Lots of great balance between humor, darker elements, so being funny. And sometimes got very dramatic and serious. But I think my biggest issue is the order. I personally believe it would have been better to reverse the order, starting with the sixth segment going to the fifth and fourth. The reason I say that is because by the end, because the fifth segment is really tiring because it's so long, it's super long. The fourth, and then the fourth one, which is also long, not as long as the fifth, but still long. By the time of that, I wasn't able to. I got really exhausted by the fifth one, so it made it hard to focus on the sixth, which is very dialogue heavy. I definitely don't think it would be hard to focus on the fourth after the fifth, because no dialogue. It was just a guy. It was mostly a guy digging for gold, which was which is oddly fun to watch. And it did get that segment got humorous, and it's not. That wasn't actually not exhausting. So I feel like so you start with the sixth, which I think would have been a really good introduction to the themes of this film, and then you go to the fifth, then you go to the sixth, then you go to the fourth. So, because after the fifth, you go like, whoa. And it was early on, so it's not super as tiring. So the fourth, you're like, okay. And the third happens. The third segment, I'm going to be honest, I'm not sure what to make of it. It's mainly just them going around performing, and then they get scared the chicken. I don't know what to make of that segment. And then now the third segment, you would kick in with the second segment, which is pretty funny. And you go out the bang at the first segment, which I'm pretty sure everyone agrees is the best segment. So yeah, why would you put your best segment first? That doesn't make any sense. You want to you want to go out with a bang, as they say. So yeah, I think reversing would have been better. I don't know. Someone would actually have to edit together and then I guess people watch it and see which one they thought was better. I could have just said total nonsense, but that's just my opinion. Guilty is a thriller that is kind of does its job. Okay, what do you just say about this one? So what this movie is, because I'm pretty sure most of you not have never heard of this movie, or maybe you have. I don't know. This is a movie about one of those like people you call when you dial 911. You're probably getting flashbacks of the call, but this is much better. I might do a video going into more detail comparing the two if people want. I'm just gonna focus this on its own film. What this does really well. I'm gonna mention this credit call. It only shows the operator in just sitting there. It's so intense. Like, I, I, what's great about the fact that it focuses solely on the operator is how it reveals information. You kind of you're in the same mindset as the main character, and yeah, I know that's kind of the point of limited point of view, but it works very well. Cause you're like, oh, now you're thinking the same things as he is. And like, especially with some of the twists that go on, obviously not going to spoil, but man, you really get to understand. They do a great job of developing characters, not even the main one, but even like the ones he's talking to gets developed. It's very impressive how just the guy it's literally a guy sitting there on the phone, and it's really one of those gripping films of the year. Like, unfortunately, I can't talk about this much. Definitely, I really want to do that comparison to the call. Okay, so people want. Let me try and think of detail. Let's move on. Yeah, definitely watch this. This is like one tense 85-minute movie. This movie sure as hell. Man, it does so much. Free Solo. This documentary is about this guy climbing a mountain that I can't remember the name of. But it really isn't about the actual climb. Well, until like the last third, I think, or quarter. I don't know the exact time. Invaders. Quite an experience, by the way. Most of it's just analyzing why he does what he does. Knowing how he thinks. It really does a good job of psychologically analyzing him. Yeah, it's honestly really freaky. He's, he's a weird character, I must say. Yes, his character, because he kind of doesn't feel like a real person, but he is. It's really fascinating to watch and learn how he thinks. But let's be real, the most intense part is stuff when the actual climb happens. Damn, it's breathtaking. For one, the actual camera work is fantastic. Like, how do they get all those shots around the mountains? It's that in itself is an achievement. I would wish there was no music in it, because I felt like if there was no music in it, it would have been more tense. That's just my opinion. Also, it ended way too soon after the climb finished. Like, the climb finished, and then almost right after it's done, the movie ends. It was a little jarring. It was a great experience seeing it in the theaters, and I had a blast watching it, along with I think 4 other people in the theater. Thankfully, no one talked during it, like I saw lucky people. Yeah, this is a great movie though. Great experience. Yeah, definitely check it out. The writer, shortly after recording some talking after this on Speedy Film Watchers, we'll be sure to link that episode. This movie is really, damn it, what's the word I'm looking for? It does a really good job of making you feel the need for Brady to get back on rodeo. Like, you want him back, even though you know he can't. Everyone in this movie feels like they want to get back. That feel like they don't want to keep on, let go of their past. and it does a great job establishing this intensity and nostalgia of not wanting to change, mainly because I think we can all relate to that. And at the same time, yeah, it's still the other house is also great. Like they got these people who never acted to act so well. They never act. Like, it's fairly impressive. But you get to show people think that that's a bad idea after what that kind of casting the real people, because this is actually based on the real story involving the actors in this movie. It'd be funny to show people thought 15, 17 to Paris, which I haven't watched. So that's the real people involved in the stories and that idea. Just need a good director, and this director's fantastic. Even the movie looks so good, with it looking very, very giving this calming atmosphere, aiding what way with this not very conflict driven story. It's a great movie. Definitely wish more people knew about it because man, this movie made no money in the box office. No one saw it, and Oscars rejected it. Yeah, no, I just had a bunch of movies this video were fun, but this is the ultimate fun. Well, at least I think it's the ultimate fun movie from this year. This is insanity. The plot is batshit crazy, absolutely absurd. So much insane twists that happen. Every character is crazy. These sets, all of the actions are absolutely insane. It's batshit crazy, and I went batshit crazy watching it because I had so much fun. This movie has also lots of great intense scenes. It was just a fun movie. I don't really know how to describe this other than it's just an absolute joy to watch. And this I would definitely want to watch again. I think I actually might end up watching again soon. If you need a fun movie to watch with friends, like this is definitely the one from this year. Ah, damn, it's so good. I'm even thinking about that really awesome scene when they're throwing the egg around. If you've seen this, you know what I'm talking about. It's lit. Yeah, I really want to watch this again. It's so good. Like, damn, just watch this. You're gonna have a blast. Deadpool 2, I don't really think this was as funny as the first one, but I definitely think the story was way more interesting. It ended up introducing new characters, but it still managed to make time for the previous ones. And I love the family thing. The joke is like saying it's a family. It's still really fun to watch. There's still a good amount of laughs. And yeah, it's a Deadpool movie. It's kind of what you expect. If you didn't like the first, you probably shouldn't watch it, but you did, like I did. Yeah, go watch it. Oh, and before anyone asks, no, I did not watch Once Upon Deadpool, the PG-13 version. But damn, that looks like the most retarded thing in the entire world. Why does that exist? I know why. They want to test PG-13 Deadpool. Probably because Disney wants to fuck it up, but it's still stupid. Thunder Road. This movie, I think the biggest thing is that Jim Cummings should have been nominated for Best Actor. Like, damn, just from the first scene alone, wow, you can tell that he's clearly this is clearly very personal for him. I think. I just feel like that. 'Cause he does a great job conveying all the emotions authentically, and even the script is really a great combination of really funny and sad at the same time because it's all going down. It's all kind of going downhill. What at the same time, when it doesn't feel like it's going to this melodrama. Or if I used that word correctly, I hope I did. I probably didn't. But yeah, I don't have much to say about this one either. It's really fun. It's funny. It's touching. It's great to watch. And I'm sorry, just want to get this video done. Sisters Brothers. This movie is a really fascinating look into how the gold rush affects what people are doing, and also looks at like greed and all these really interesting ideas. We're seeing this one specific scene where Jake's character and that other guy, I'm sorry, my names are gone from my memory, had a conversation the other day. I was talking to Jake's character about like his father's, like about he's talking about like a perfect society, and it was a fascinating little speech. And all these themes just carry over. This movie still remains really fun. It's just pure fun. At the same time, it doesn't really go super crazy, but doesn't feel super heavy. At the same time, it's really nice, balanced, dark comic, while still being a good, really good western in of itself. Such a great, it's really fascinating characters. It's great, and also, yeah, definitely check this one out. First Man, this is a really tense movie. So most of the movie's not even in space. I mean, that's definitely the most tense part, but most of it wasn't there. It was mostly about Neil Armstrong's like life, how his work kind of alienated him from his family. He is very emotionally detached. It's kind of scary actually, and the camera work's fantastic. I love how they actually kind of get this grainy look of like in an older movie. That was a nice touch. And man, the space sequence, wow, it's so fascinating. And you're just in there, it's just, oh. Also, I love how people complain about no American flag being put on the moon earlier. Like, Jesus Christ, who cares? They literally show someone raising an American flag in their house. Like, why does it matter? I'm sorry, it's just funny. Yeah, you really they do a great job getting to the psychic of Neil Armstrong's. I mean, I'm not sure if that's actually how it was, but it's fast, man. It creates a great character. It's just always engaging to follow, even though he's a little, like I said, emotionally detached. Yeah, this is definitely a tense movie we would recommend. Annihilation. I had a pretty intense, a very spoiler-rich discussion on Speed Film Launchers. You guys are pretty good, some pretty decent analysis. So I'll probably link that if you want to watch that. So spoiler-free thoughts. This is fascinating fucking film. Uh, I, this movie handles so many topics in really great use of symbolism, while still being a really, really great like horror, sci-fi, mystery mix. It's a lot of genres. Like if I listed a bunch of genres, that is in itself impressive. And the ending in particular is just one big holy shit. It's one of the most fascinating science fiction films. If I had any issues, maybe it starts level, it definitely wants to get into the shimmer. It really amps up its game. I mean, the beginning's not bad, it just gets a lot better once you get into the shimmer. Lean on Pete. This movie is a really sad journey of just kid trying to get back. I can't really talk about much. I can't talk about much about this movie without giving the entire plot, but If there's anything's a spoiler, just watch it. It's incredible. Alright, leave no trace. I talked about this walking back from. I mentioned I cannot get into spoiler details, so I'm probably going to spoil a bit. What I love about this movie is that it mainly allows you to come to your own conclusions about these if these character stances are right. Because the big thing, if you're wondering why the father and daughter lived outside, It's because the father blames technology or everything. He doesn't say it. They just suddenly show it in the scene where they're at the house and the father hides the TV. Like that was brilliant. I was like, wow, that's a genius way of showing information. A lot of information from a small action. And you can even see how he rebels against a lot of norms of society. And he doesn't try to sell as bad. You always understand, unless you think about it, even aside from all these interesting questions about society. The story is so powerful because you really grow with the relationship between this father and daughter. By the end, I'm not gonna spoil what happens at the end. You're like, oh man, it hit me hard when I saw this. Yeah, it's fantastic. Another movie the Oscars ignored. Ugh, like the Oscars. Okay, their take. Roma, this movie is absolutely beautiful in its look. Also, just the way they managed to do a very simple story. It have so many tense scenes. Just characters basically not doing much, simple interactions, and it's always engaging because sure why. Honestly, there's not much of a plot here. I'm kind of amazed it's not a war fest. It could be because of the look, how good the movie looks. Or it could be, I'll be honest, this movie fascinates me because I'm not sure exactly why it's so good. It has everything going against it. Basic story, not much, not a lot of the movie, there's not much happening. This really should have been boring, but damn, I don't know. I'm not doing this movie justice, just watch it. BlacKKlansman, I did a video about this when I first saw it. It was pretty bad, I must be honest. I did end up watching it again. This movie definitely biggest accomplishment is being absolutely terrifying in both how tense the plot gets, my climax, and how it really makes you fear the clan with like those radio messages. Damn, those like that was really like those are really unsettling. But this movie also is really funny. Mainly when Ron Stars is on the phone with the dude. Like that is comedy gold. And even all the characters are an absolute blast to watch. Even the clan members are so fun to watch. Because they're so interesting characters. They're well acted and have some complexity to them. It's a joy to watch them all. And this movie also does a very good job of what's am I looking for? Oh, I mentioned recent news clips in the original video. I know some people were a little like, why? It was a little, I don't have the words. Forced. But I think it's a good reminder that extremist views still exist. Because it's pretty easy to watch and think, it's all in the past. No. I mean, granted, that's not everyone's gonna think that, but do I have anything else to say? What I had something else to say. Yeah, also the soundtrack's fantastic. Like I love this. What instrument is it? Like guitar? Is it electric? I'm blabbering. Okay, but yeah, this movie's fantastic. Blindspotting. This movie is real. It's kind of, honestly, out of all the movies I've seen this year, this feels the most like an essay about generification. This movie kind of, there's a plot, but it kind of boils down to just so many examples of how people are quick to generalize and jump to conclusions. And even with that, it's really funny. The editing is fantastic. It should have been nominated and won, but it wasn't because logic. and two leads are so much fun to be around with. It's a grand time and really thought-provoking. At Eternity's Gate, this movie is beautiful. Particularly looks. The use of visual and colors is brilliant. It really looks like a painting. Yes, pun intended. The lot of dialogue gets into really interesting topics about perception of art. It doesn't feel like a big lecture ever. It still remains a story about Van Gogh and all of his relationship with art and his friend. But yeah, this one really makes you think about how art is perceived, and that is a big accomplishment. Everyone's acting is fucking incredible. Like, I definitely hope Defoe wins for Best Actor. Everyone's guessed Christian Bale because he was in a fat suit playing a politician. That's a good meme. Yeah, everyone's acting was phenomenal. It was mind blowing. And there's just even like the use of handheld is actually really good. You get the feeling of just wandering around with Van Gogh throughout the story. There's even moments where you're literally just walking around trying to find some subject for his next drawing, and even that they show lots of symbolism, which just gets that you can tell what he's thinking without even him saying anything. Like when he was like putting dirt on his head, get this feeling now he's experiencing defeat. At least that's how I interpret it. It was incredible. Like that's impressive. I definitely feel it's gonna be very, very rewarding on rewatch where you can understand more symbolism because there's a lot in this. Yeah, along with more understanding of what you can get what's this saying about perception of art. I don't know, maybe I'm looking too deep, but it's still fascinating stuff. Yeah, this is definitely a great example of biopic done right, along with BlacKKlansman. I'm not sure if I rank this higher or lower than that. I'll decide later. The favorite, this movie is absolutely gorgeous in every single way possible. I talked about this when walking back from, but this movie looks amazing. The soundtrack is phenomenal. Everyone's acting was on point and deserves the Oscar nominations. And the plot was just so absurd and funny, all at the same time still being kind of suspenseful. It was a joy. This is definitely probably the best comedy. Actually, nah, not the best I'm not sure if the best comedy, but it's definitely one of the funniest movies of the year. And deserved Best Picture nomination. It's fantastic. Definitely my favorite of the best film. I had to throw that pun, but it's incredible. First and foremost, this movie hurt my brain because this deals with some insanely complex ideas and asks really difficult questions about combining faith and actually this might be a spoiler or not, I don't know. But I feel like the big question this film asks is can you truly call yourself a man of faith if you aren't doing your part to help the environment in which the deity you believe in has created? And yeah, that hurt my fucking brain trying to think. But even still, even without that, this movie has some insane does a great job of inspecting its main character in detail. He's got his entire psyche, I guess, and even everyone around him. Like you feel as if you've been around the place and got to know all the characters because every single one is really complex with all their own issues, and and so many other ideas as well. I think my one criticism this could end up being cleared up on a rewatch, but there's two scenes I feel I really don't see the point of. The first one was when during the tour of the church where there was mentioned two gunshots on the flag, and the other one where it was had the kids just demonstrating the Underground Railroad. On rewatch, I'll probably notice what the purpose of it is. For now, I don't see any purpose. Yeah, to me, it's absolutely fascinating. Oh yeah, the ending is I that's really confusing and actually not confusing, but I kind of wish they went with the more extreme route, the ending. You'll know what I mean when you watch it. Sorry to bother you. First thing I should say, do not look up anything about this movie prior to watching it. You'll understand after watching it. But anyway, this movie is both really funny and it's really good. It does a really good job of explaining the issues of capitalism in some fucking insane method. Doesn't feel like it's beating you down or talking down to you, the viewer. And at the same time, the story is just maddening. It's one of the most original, one of the most creative stories I've seen from a comedy. Also, this movie has really good use of visuals, like especially fond of during when Cash is making the phone calls. They show like desks drop to like the houses. That I thought that was actually what made me see this because that was in the trailer when I saw some other movie. Thought, oh my god, a comedy using visuals, and it didn't disappoint. In fact, it was brilliant. I love it. Hereditary, this movie is incredibly impressive. One, how it really meshes a lot of genres. Like it's partially a family drama on top of being a horror movie, and then it's like deep into it becomes a mystery movie, kind of. And it never feels like it's just changing in all the time. It always feels smooth, which is honestly really hard to do. And there's no jump scares, thank God. Instead, there's just real tension throughout the entire runtime. So I have one complaint. This is a mild spoiler, by the way. Actually, not mild. The scene where the mom, for hotter than anything, Chris, she throws the book in after her husband grabs it, but then the husband's down on fire. Right before it was going to be that she would burn out. The book burns. I don't know what's up with that. That was weird. And maybe there's an explanation, but that's really minor thing affecting this incredible, incredible film. Won't You Be My Neighbor? My god, this movie is so fast. Is uh, absolutely incredible. They do such a good job of painting the complex picture of Fred Rogers, and you only understand everything was up for. And then by the end, I just felt like a faith in humanity restored. That's cringe, but yeah, it's so fascinating, so well edited, well structured. Like this is definitely a good example of the power of a good quality documentary. Alright, this is actually the second club recording. I decided to make the rating. I think I'll make it a little more bigger. So if you wonder why the open house is smaller than ratings scale smaller than the rest, I changed it. Anyway, I just watched this Shrek Retold. It was fucking incredible. Like, recording this on November 29th, I don't think I've watched a better movie than this year. This is so impressive. So what this is, for those unaware, is a fan-made remake of Shrek from a shitload of animators. Some of it's live action, but a ton of people using so many new crazy styles. I'm not gonna exactly go into detail what they are, because I think most of the fun from watching this was seeing the styles that get used. There's an insane variety, and a lot of it's just funny because of what styles they use. what's really cool about this remake is they actually throw in some more jokes, and dudes sometimes take liberties with the script. Minor ones, not ones that change the entire plot, of course, but minor ones that make it funny. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. They do actually even do original voice work most of the time. A few times they used it. I think the one time they just used the audio for the movie, but whatever. All the original voice work is fantastic. This was beautiful. I said that twice in this section, but man, it was just a blast to see all these styles come together. How would they just transform this movie, the original movie, which is already fantastic, into something just absolutely insane. This is my Disney should learn from this movie and understand how to do a remake right. You really just amp it up. So the lame shit they do with their live action remakes. These live action Disney remakes fucking suck. I mean, I've only seen the Jungle Book one, and it was pretty I haven't seen the original Jungle Book, but I'm gonna talk about that now. Shrek Retold. If you've never seen Shrek, I would say watch the original first and then watch the remake to better appreciate it. But if you've seen the original Shrek, oh my god, you are in for a ride. This is nothing like the original. This is a completely new experience, and it's one I would highly recommend you all take. And it is a good chance it could remain my favorite movie of 2018. Who knows? Maybe something's gonna be it. You'll find out. I don't know. I will. Again, I'm recording this over a long period of time, but you already know that. But damn, this is so good. I really hope there's another. They do one for Shrek 2, 3, and 4. So that'll be beautiful. I said beautiful 3 times in this video. Yeah, whatever. Definitely watch this. It's on YouTube. Hopefully it doesn't get DMCA'd by the time this video is released. If it does, then I'm pretty sure someone will re-upload it. Anyway, yeah. 10 out of 10 movie for sure. Best anime movie of the decade. The Hate You Give. This is a movie which it tackles such a very tough subject in ways that does not pander to any demographic. Like it could have diverged into dumb all cops are bastards nonsense, but instead takes the issue of violence and sexuality into not really about power, which it is, and it just feels so relieving to see someone who has able to take an issue and just not act super biased. And along with that, this probably is one of the strongest casts in any movie. Everyone's fantastic, and all characters are just so interesting. Even the ones that even like the one douchebag girl is just really interesting character to look. It's like one, I'm already wrong. And this movie is also probably the most tense I've seen. There's multiple moments where my jaw just drops in how insane it all gets. Not like insane is like something ridiculous, like insane in how what's the word I'm looking for? I can't find the word I'm looking for. Damn it. Just watch this, please. I'm not doing it justice.